Welcome back to Timberborn and our lakes playthrough. So we've got this, well, this little pond here. So I was trying to think what we actually got. And I obviously need to make sure this is connected. I thought this is connected, but oh no, it's not connected. Let's do that occasionally. Right. And should we can actually get that? They'll do something with that now. They should start pulling that down, I think. Oh, isn't this connected? That's both of them not connected. There we go. Yeah, so now they're going to get all these, they're doing something, yep. I'm going to prioritize harvesting here. But we need to have some sort of storage for all this. We've now got our sort of water going, even though it's incredibly slow. But there is a drought, so that's the reason why. But it is moving to a degree. But, you know, let's say something is better than nothing. I've obviously got all this ready to go, but I haven't got it connected yet. Now, what was I planning? I was trying to think what I was planning on. This is also filling up with a bit of water. It's only at 17%, so eventually, I assume, yeah, see, it's going back and forth, back and forth. So eventually, it will be on or off again. The fountain of no joy. Water, I'm about full, so I don't really need to worry too much. I have no idea why that is causing an issue. It would usually mean that... Ah, there we go. That now has got... I have bread that I can use. That's cool. I think I was getting rid of that. Can't remember. This is the problem when you start doing other things and you go, what was I doing? We're definitely building on this, so this is definitely. I don't think I made it into. Well, yes, I did need to make it that large. And we've got another one that isn't connected. I wish I would connect these things. Right. Now we're actually connected. It doesn't make a... Well, I suppose it wouldn't make a difference because we won't be able to use that water. But anyway, zero wind is around, which is a bit of a problem. I've still got a ton of... So we still could... I'm still working out where I'm going to put everything. That's the problem. I want it close to this area. And I was trying to gauge where I was thinking about having it. Well, that's too far, apparently. Even though it shouldn't be too far now. It's too far from the district. What's that too far from a district yet? Yes, because that's not connected. You know what? Although, is that one not too bad? Yeah, that's got the same problem. I wonder if this is actually a change. I'm wondering. The reason why is there was a recent update to the ladders. Now I wonder if they've changed things, because I wouldn't have done that one on all of them. Maybe there wasn't a physical. Maybe because there wasn't. I didn't have an actual connection to the stuff. I got one. I did one vacancy, and I've got 100 and something. So we need a. There might need to be an area of. There's so much. There's so much of everything, and not of everything that I'm currently thinking about. Maybe this area here could be brought under control in the sense of getting it down. Let's get that down. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking they've changed something in these ladders. Because that was not connected either. So this recent update has busted a few or changed a few things, because they all weren't like that. It might have been because now it's forcing you to have a connection there. I don't know. Where before there was, if it was implied, then it was there. I may be wrong. But we will not know. There is water in that channel. Yeah, this was a... I got 1,000 in dirt. But I don't really need that anymore. Now what I could do is... I could fill up a bit more of this to allow this to keep going in it. Well, I could get rid of that. And I could probably send it a bit more further down as a rectangle, but it's not really that much of an issue, is it? I think this area might be a good idea for that is a 3, I know for a fact. In fact, let's not do that. Let's set this as a 3, because like so. I have got enough. Let's then set that as a 2, because that's what it actually is. It's only 2 from the bottom. This then is only 1 from the bottom, and I'll get rid of that. Don't need it. Like so. This then can be the... just down this line here, can be the place for doing these things. The spaddock and the grill. So that'll be the grill area, which is done, well, like I said, with the grill. Now, at this precise moment, I have no idea where it's done. That's done with spaddock. Absolutely 25 gazillion miles away from anywhere where it's supposed to be. It's got spaddock. It's creating gross spaddock, which has got 70, but it's got no... there's absolutely no room for it either. So by taking this down and rearranging this here, which could probably fill this in as well, to be honest. Even though that's at a different level, but it doesn't matter. Get that filled in. Get it filled in, boys. Get it filled in. Or beavers, because I can't assume that they're all boys, can I? Because that would be weird. Because I would procreate. Obviously, I do know a little bit how a reproductive system works. I'm a doctor of computer economics. I was just thinking of was it Funkonomics or was it? I can't remember what they used to do with the ergonomics. Was it ergonomics? I was thinking of the wrestling where it was John Cena or something, ergonomics, something like that. Anyway, splashable cup of tea there. Obviously, our fountain of joy is no joy. We have 0 power. We are getting the power cut there, but we're actually on demand, and we've got 0 because there's no wind, which is always a bone. I'm going to put it on full because it's a pointless waste of time. So this is what we're going to achieve. A lot of this, I think, is going. I can't think. Well, I did empty them, so that assumes that that's where that's going. I never really got this one going. Don't know why. If I could get the grill spanner, can I get more storage of the things like this? I mean, this is wheat flour, wheat, and just it's tons of it, which is exactly what we want. But what have I got? What am I doing under here? That's the planks. That's logs. It may be time to think about another. I don't know what. That's explosives. That's gears. That's resin. I've got tons of resin everywhere, which is for treated planks. That can all go. That is paper. That can go somewhere else. Everything and everything can shoot off. Would it be berries? Oh, there's the other pine. There's the other. So there's a lot of work to do in this Let's Play so far. Even though we're oh, here we go. That's they've it's come back again. I don't know how it's come back again. They've obviously gone to get water. But it's taking the water from here, which isn't the greatest idea. So what I might do is pause that. The reason why is if it takes too much from here, and I've got the same problem here, to be honest. I'd like this a lot larger, but the problem is I couldn't get it larger. Because of the way that this is actually working. Which is questionable at best. Oh, that's a definite water. That's a definite water. So we've got water. We've got over 11,000 coming in water. So that's another thing that's... why is that not... filling me in, so to speak. You've got no shelter. Oh, well, that's a bit of a problem. Why on earth have they changed all of this? Because this is a bit weird. Let's go down. Yeah, this is the reason why. There's definitely been some changes in this new change that they've done, where they've either fixed a bug or there's something else. I have no idea. That's set me up to more. Now I know there's not any in that one. I've got 140, but I haven't seemed to got enough. Is that the reason why then? Is that because I can? Why can I only fit 41 beavers in there? There can't be only 41 beavers in there. That makes no sense. Okay. Oh, maybe it is then. All right then. We'll endeavour to sort this out then. Then they'll be happy, so to speak. I'll put one in there and get rid of that. I'm trying to do a, obviously I'm trying to do a box in here as well. But it's not working that well at the moment. I probably can't reach there. That's why the other problems are there. Stranded? Why was stranded? What have I done? I haven't done anything. That's a definite change in this game. Because that doesn't make no sense whatsoever. I think they've definitely changed things. Because it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Now you could argue point this is why you don't use mods, because changes are afoot. And it is a recent update, but it's funny though that it's only caused a problem as far as I can tell with this playthrough, and not one of the other ones. Because now I've got almost the shelter. Everybody's sheltered. So that's back again. That's weird. Yeah. Now they've got the ladder in there. That was the issue, I think. I don't think they could get these. That's why we need to do a path to there. And this can all come down. Now this is all getting filled in, so that gives me another. I know it's like a bit too large, but it doesn't really make any difference. And I've got 1,000 of them, so I might as well. Have them in. That's a good one. So that should give me quite a long line through here to be able to get all this done. So I'm quite happy with that. That's when that's finished in the next time that they get themselves woken up again. I'd like a little area for these as well, just to take these out of the way, because there's quite a few of them dotted all around the map. Or do we do this? It would be better for over here, because obviously all the hoarders they don't go back to the haulers don't go back to their haulage post every time they've done whatever they've done. They I don't know, they go somewhere else. So that's not an issue. Don't get blown up. Where's good beaver? Oh, okay. I don't know, I still think there's something satisfying about blowing things up. It definitely must be a man thing. Because I enjoy doing that. I wish you could have a game where you could just blow things up. That would be the ideal for me. Let's have a game that blows things up. Not for any particular reason, just to blow things up. But anyway, right. So we want an area of to do with the spaddock and all the rest of it. Now we're gonna obviously. Oh, excuse me. I started to hiccups now. Typical, isn't it? We're gonna need an area of. Well, before I explain, the reason why is this. Now this does spaddock. What's the one that does the? Is that the bakery? The bakery does the other one, doesn't it? The bakery does the cocktail crackers, which needs cocktail flour and thing. Now, obviously, I think that was in the bakery. Yeah. Obviously, they get that from here, which at the moment is only doing flour. But we can change that to make it do the other one as well. So that's another thing. Oh, that did work then. I fixed that. That's where the power is coming down under here for these. Which is good. Right, so. But it'll need two sets of things. We're going to need a lot of industry coming down here as well. So some of this, I think, really needs to be filled in as well. And this will be another industrial area that we can get sorted. I'm not going to take this out. I know I've had them for quite a while, but I just don't think I need to get rid of that anymore. So that's that. And there to get, obviously, bad water, they get things as well. Obviously, I need to probably make some more explosives area as well. That's another thing that I'm going to do. But obviously, the explosives just so happen to be right in the way of everything that I want to do. Last time I got these Lido, Libo, or whatever the hell they call them in. Anyway, let's preempt this situation. So the grill, better pause. I'll put the spaddock in here. I'm going to do 5, but I'm pausing. Like so. Now, the other border contention is I'm going to need to think about redesigning this, and this is the problem. Well, the wheat's in the way. This obviously would need the flour from here. Don't like this at all. Another what is that? Treated planks. I need a place to shove these things. I can't think of a place to shove them. Can I get to the back of there? I can get to the back of there. Why don't I? Now, I don't want to block off more of the windmills, for obvious reasons, but why is that? Oh, let's get water going. Jolly good. They should be full. That should be full. That's given me 0 vacancies with 0 everything else. So let's get some storage. Do I have the storage this way, or do I have it that way? Well, it makes sense to have it this way, doesn't it? I don't want to go too far, but I'm gonna get all that put in. I'm then gonna back another set of storage on the back here, because I'll probably want more windmills. Windmills are good, like that. Let them get this. And then I'm going to empty certain things like this. Now, these things are annoying being in the way as well. It's where to put them. Now, what is this? What's this for? Oh, that's the dirt. I'll tell you what I might do then, which is going to come and bite me on the bottom. I know it's going to come bite me on the bottom. That'll take some gears. It'll take some planks. I haven't got a lot of planks, but I haven't got a lot of logs either. I've got about 500 scrap metal, but I've got a full juice of these, so I'm going to take them out, or pause them at least. How many of these? Right, let's get... let's pause the explosives for now. And there's a reason for that. Because if I want this to be full, they will not do it that way. Do that one. Pine resin and gears. That can be. That can be. So that can be pine resin. I'll put the gears down here because that means they're closer to the... Gears are more important, I would have thought. No, that's food. Gears. Or should I put the explosives down there? No, we'll put the explosives down there. And we'll put the gears at the other side. Like so. When we get that built. So that's going to be... Do that by haulers. So that's going to be emptied. And when we get this empty, which is about 2 seconds to be emptied. That's it. Gone. Gone, gone, and gone. I will also pause 2 of these, but I'm going to build that one for metal blocks. And then I'm going to empty the metal blocks from here. I'll do them all, because that way they're all... That, I have no idea what I'm using for, so I'm getting rid of that. That's the treated planks. I've only got 60 of them, but what the hell? That was for the pine resin. That one's for... Oh no, I can't get treated planks in there, can I? That means... Well, let's just extend that then. I'll do a large thing for it. It doesn't really matter. It's too large for the small ones. That now is going to be doing what it needs to do. These are going to go. This is almost gone. Now this is gone. This can go. Well, no, it can. Probably could. That is explosives as well, apparently. I've got 2 sets of explosives. So I'm gonna say gears there and empty gears there. I could probably just do this actually, and it would move it anyway, because it won't. Buildings being down does not accept new goods because it needs to be in here. Although saying that though, that means that could be gears as well. That will now get emptied. That's pine resin. That's treated planks for this down here, which has already got some. So that can be empty. That it can definitely go. That can definitely go. So there's a problem. A definite problem that unfortunately I have no choice but to delete and fix it. Well, that's a real pain. The reason why is this. I don't want to get rid of this. Because this is a vital walkway to through there. But the problem is these need power, and if I get rid of that, where the hell they're going to go? I suppose I could go that way. Yeah, maybe I'm going to over-engineer it. Oh, well, I quite like that there, though. The only thing that I can think of is delete this, and then I'm going to have to... No, that's not going to work either. I don't like this idea. I don't want to really do the entire this section and redo it. But that has got power. Decisions. Do I make the decision of just dumping it? That would be the center. Let's get rid of this section first. I know it's absolutely a bonkers idea. And what I'll do is I'll do a channel that sits in here. This is probably going to cut. It's going to cut all this off anyway, isn't it? How many have I got? 300. That's fine. Do you know, that's something that I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye on when I start redoing that. That can go and be picked up. That can then have this. I suppose I could take it from there, actually, and not actually from there. Wait a minute. Wait a coding pig in minute. Laddie. That's the connection. So why don't I do it in the center? And then put that right through. To there. Because when I put one on top of here, if there's a connection right the way through, which there will be because I'll make sure there is. Although it's a bit weird doing every single one, but it's a bit like a I can't remember what the thing that you call it, but if you have places and you can put them anywhere and they'll do they'll connect. You know what I mean? That's the I better do the fountain of no joy. Forgot about the fountain of no joy. I can do that as well. Might as well get some more of this going. Now, I think I am going to start connecting this lot. So now we've got beds for 30 something. That's probably a bad idea. Now, is that going to send the water in? Possibly. It will send the water in, but it doesn't matter because we have a... So if I do this, I know it's bonkers. I know it's absolutely bonkers. But it should send it through down there and above as well. If I also get rid of that and blow that to there, I'll be able to do that straight away and not have to worry about... Oh, go on then. Go on, babes. Well done. Well done. Don't go through. Don't get that. Yeah. Can't believe I did that. Then that as well. That is a complete and utter connected. Right, so in theoretical terms, although it connects them through, this here should never be a problem. Because I'm connecting it underneath. Theoretically. I say theoretically. When that gets in, I don't think it ever gets water in. I think this stops it. I don't know how it works. Yeah, I don't know how it works. That one's there. That has to be this side. Let's do a... Nope. That one. Press the wrong button again. That one's there. That needs another lumberjack. That needs another gears. Now I should be able to have this back. The only trouble is here is they will not work over that. And I bet you that's right at the floor. Yeah. No, it's not at the floor. Let me try this then. Oh, we might have to do... I suppose it would... Well... Although saying that, it won't make a difference because I'm not plan. I still don't think I can do that, can I? Oh, you! Oh, yes, can. Yes, can. Yes, can. Yes, can. Yes, can. There we go. So I can. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I can do that with that one as well. So these could not have, but because this is a through, it'll pick up for any of these. So in theoretical, it doesn't really matter. Now, let's see if I've done it correct. See if I'm a genius or a complete idiot. There's a fine line. There's a fine line in this. Well, that works. Rotate. And flip. So that one works. So that one's connected, see? Now, obviously here is that. I won't be able to walk on that, but I don't really need to walk on it. So once this is back running again, I'll set that back to wheat. And do that. Right, then we get rid of this section. And we do the same, basically. And pick all that up. Pick all that obviously, that's going to complain. So we need to do this here as normal. No, that one wants to be a 2. Then we go to here. It's a bit like that. I don't know. I think Meccano set is something that you used to have when you were a kid. You're allowing it to go quite through. So in other words, no matter what you stamp on it, it will work. I can have that path going right the way through. Is this 3 wide or 4 wide? This is only 3 wide, so technically I can get one in there. In technical terms, I probably don't need some of this, but I just did it anyway, just to... well, I could actually send them... I could change them. No. I will not be able to get any underground on this section here, because it won't allow me to do it, but... Right, that then... is going to need that. So this is going to connect all the way through like so. This, not this one, or this one. This will be powered down with a shaft there. This powers that shaft. This then has to have that there, which allows this to walk through. I was about that. It's like a krypton factor. I don't need that anymore. So I'm basically powering everything underneath. Although, don't forget, they do send power through. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to allow more of these, which need to be right next to each other. So you saw an awful shaft there, which is really annoying. There you see, so now they're passing through, and that power is still passing through. I can still put something on that, like a lumberjack, for example. That has to be that way. That can be that way. That's what it doesn't really matter which way it is. That can be that way, that way. It's the it should be the opposite, I suppose, but. I don't think it makes too much of a difference anyway. Let's do the food. Let's do the grist mill now. Now, this does need to be the right way. R on that. Nope. Yes, R. No, it's F in it. Flip. F the flip. Flip, flip, flip. You still see these. But that's a small price to pay, Apple. That now is wheat flour back again. They're all the same, so it doesn't really make any difference. Now, in theoretical terms, I can now go back Think food. The grist mill. Rotate. I can still have it at the top. Rotate and flip. Rotate. Rotate and flip. Now let's say as I'm doing this and I want to change this, I can just change whatever I want to. I don't have to worry about changing to something else. Right, now we can get the cattail flower in, which should be good because it's here somewhere. See, there's the spado. There's the cattail root, you see, which is, it needs a cattail if just something changes it from to flower, what the hell changes it to flower? Cattail crackers. Anyway, anyway. So that they need to be paused now because we're having bad water coming. Well, we're not having it coming in. It's not going to come into our system. But I don't want to take any water out at all. Why is that paused? I know why it's paused because. That's going to stop though, isn't it? Because once this is got the bad water, it's going to stop the situation. I am still going to get power going to it by here. Which means I've got 1602, so I haven't got the full power. But we have got this facility to rank up the gears. We've got the paper for a few more. Now, I've got this. Where is it? Does this make me paper? This does make me paper. So if I turn this on, oh well, get it powered. Not ideal, but turn that on, that on, that on. I'll just turn them all on, and we'll have a huge amount more. So 2, 4, 6, 7 there, and we'll let that just build as is. It's on normal anyway, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. Now, here's where we need to. There's going to be more filling in here, as you can tell, because this area needs to be filled in. Demolish. I don't think they can get too far. Let's just build a to get down there and get this built. Because I want most of this being filled in anyway. Like so. I've got an enormous amount of unemployment here. Because I've got an enormous amount of unemployment now, and this is where it gets a bit weirdish. I'm going to fill this in. Which will allow that. That can be demolished, that can be demolished. I'm going to get rid of all these. And then I'm going to do this. So that's that. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to blast this entire area flat. I might give it a bit more room actually. What I'm going to do is like this here. I'm going to do a hole in. I can enable these actually. That's 10. That's 10. That's gone right the way down. That can go up to 10. That can go up to 10. So I've only got 10 unemployed now. What's that? That could go up to 10. I'll switch these to there. I've still got a lot of... Obviously, this is complaining the building isn't connected to a district. What do you mean it's not connected to a district? It's connected. No, it's not. I'll just argue it again. But we haven't got any form of... That's cocktail roots, and it changes flowers. So that's the cocktail root. Well, there's the cocktail roots there. Which I clearly have not got enough. But they're all here, you see. Which is what they're doing now. But this is where it starts to get interesting in that respect. I don't want to do it here. I think I'll do it there. Just give it one space. If I want to change this to bakery, for an example, or something like that, then I can do. This is going to be for the Spaddock, don't forget. So that will take this one out of the equation. I'm going to... start the process. I'm just trying to work this out. I could do it from there, I suppose. Then I need... I don't normally do it like this, because otherwise I get really confused. Rotate. I think this needs one back. Then I do... that, then I do a thing like that, I think. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that at all. But if I want other storage here, which I can have it in, but I'm pausing it, so I don't really want it. But it's just there. I'd rather have it there than here, or so then we've got to do... how many did we want? Just do 2 for now. Then this needs a double. This will need a path. I wish you could have some sort of blueprint. Then you wouldn't have to keep building this on every single game, but so I suppose it could change. Like. I better put up, because I've done this in the past. If I don't put that in there, then it won't do what it needs to do. So that's the first one. So we know how far that it needs to come out, which is obviously here. And if I'm going to start doing some more, this now will get done if I put that as a pawn. Then I can start filling this in. Right. Right, now I've got that, I can start to delete all this now, because I don't need it. It was just to get that. They can't get that from there. There's a step there, but that's not gonna pose any sort of sort of problem. We'll do the landscape. We'll at least get this. If I'm going to use this line here, better rotate it actually and let it follow the order that it's actually going in. So that would be some there. Okay, that's fine. There, and there. That's better not be higher than it is. No, it's not. That's okay. Well, now let that do what its thing is. Because I've got another line, I can follow that line. Obviously, we chucking this out at the bottom here. Now, I still wanted to sort this out when it was a drought and force it to go this way and not come down here. Which I didn't get. But we will sort that out as soon as we can. We're in a bad tide, so that's obviously a problem because there's no water. I'm sure I did that. Hopefully they won't go away. In about 5 minutes left of the video or so. This building isn't connected to any centric. This building isn't connected to any district. It's not connected to a freaking district. Oh, is this problem again? Yeah, it's definitely they've done something. They've changed the way this pathing system works. Because that was definitely never like that. I've got about 300. I can just do that there. That can be wait a bit. That can be put in as well. That can be put in. We are getting this now sorted. I'm not too sure whether they can. I don't think they can do that from there. I think it's going to need a ladder. And get rid of all of this. So I'll get that to be built, and I'll just do a ladder straight down there. That'll be fine. It's not going to be any problem whatsoever. Now I can still take some more chunk out of here if I really want to. Once that's up and running, something's up and running. No, it's not up and running yet. Probably to do with getting this done. Right, take these out. That way, then I can have the. I think I can have the extended floor then. By here if I need it. Yeah, see, that's now done. Although, strangely enough, see, this one's not connected either. But that one's allowing that. Yeah, so this is going to be the... This is going to be the area of... Well, I'm going to extend it anyway, because I don't particularly want it there. So I'm going to get rid of this. And this, and this, and this. They can obviously go up and down there, so it doesn't matter. I'm also going to extend this out to... Not there. Just to there. Because possibly somewhere here. I don't know, I might actually extend that as well. and that's the line. Somewhere around here, it'll be the haulage and the haulage and the builder's hut. Really, couldn't think what they're called. Because they're out of the way. See, now this is actually working, but we've got the cocktail flower, but I've got no way to actually do it. Now, that has to be done by the... That has to be done by the bakery. So this is why I said we'd have... Now we're going to start building this now. I have not decided what needs to be up here. Which could be the... It still would have been nice to have that. Maybe I'll just take some of that. I don't know. I suppose I could have it here. No, I don't want to take that either. Can I take it here? Potentially. I might have to just take this line out. I want a thing for them, but I also want these for the Spaddock. I want one of these for the Spaddock, or these for the Spaddock, or something. I haven't fully decided. Anyway, we are at an end of this video. It's all coming together. I know we get into the backer end of this the lakes playthrough, and I know I haven't got a lot of beavers and other things, but like I said before, is obviously I didn't really start understanding the game until I think this was in the 30s before even I started doing that, maybe the 35. So really, if you take it in that respect, I've only done a good portion of thing. Unfortunately, they're going to die in things, but there's not much I can do in one or half a day. But anyway, we will see you in the next Let's Play, where we hopefully get all this system back running. Bye for now.